Hey, what is going on, my dudes? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to these two awesome dudes, Bradley and Trent, who run the Co-op Mode podcast. Um, I made a video on them about 2 months ago. I just wanted to, shout them out. Just I want everybody to listen to them, and since then, they've come out with 9 more episodes. I was gonna do it on their 10th episode, but just timing didn't work out the best. But here we are now. We're talking about it, and I have to say, since I did the first episode on them, which was episode like they only had episode 2 out at the time, which is about 2 months ago. They have just gotten better and better and better and better. Like their show has become so smooth. Everything flows so nice. They're funny. They're very informative when it comes to anything and everything. If they're talking about like developers or the actual companies that make the game, and they've come out with some new like how they had versus mode where they would like battle each other to see like if Trent said like PC's the better gaming device, or Bradley's like, well, no, I think it's the PS4 kind of versus mode. Now they have a thing at the end of their show called Fight Me, which is just they have an unpopular opinion pretty much, and they just go, because this week's this one right here, episode 11, Bradley's was that he thinks Overwatch is trash pretty much. And Bradley, when you listen to this, you will catch these hands, because Overwatch is one of the best games out there, and I will fight anybody who disagrees. And then I believe Trent's was the PC was the best gaming console. And Trent, if you listen to this, I have to agree. Like the PC has so many games, it's way better graphics. I would definitely recommend PC over any console. But again, I know the old video was like podcasts you should be listening to for all gaming and funny moments. If you guys aren't still listening to this podcast, please take a few minutes out of your day, watch it. When I say a few minutes, I mean like an hour. You got a long ride. Like for me, it takes me like 45 minutes to get to work, sometimes an hour. They have like perfect, 53 minutes. Like the longest one is this one, I believe, episode 3. And it's a perfect driving to work and then driving home podcast, because you're so into the podcast you don't even realize how long you've been driving. Because for me, I dread driving. I hate driving. It's one of the worst things I have to do every day. And the fact that I can just listen to a cool podcast, because they come out every Sunday, and so I usually wait till Monday morning when I'm driving to work to listen to the podcast. And I have to say, it just makes everything better about Monday mornings, because I can just enjoy the ride there and not have to think, fuck, I have to go to work. The only thing I wish that they would do is come out with more than one more than one episode a week, because I think these guys have something really special. And like, I wouldn't be making a video on them if I didn't think that. I just think they have something, like I said, I think they have something really special here, and I would love to see it grow. I would love for a bigger community to come their way, because I just truly think they deserve it. They're so passionate about games and podcasts, and the whole community that's around it. I just want other people like to hear that, passion, because that's what really like drew me to them in the first place. So pretty much what I said in the first video was, they live, breathe all of this. Like the Borderlands 3 episode, I have never played Borderlands a day in my life. But after listening to this episode, this one right here, I actually wanted to pick up Borderlands and try it, because they were just saying this is the one of the best games they've ever played. And coming from Bradley, who is a huge, I've known Bradley much longer than I've known Trent. I just kind of recently met Trent through the internet. I haven't really like met him face to face, but I know Bradley is a huge gamer. And I know he wouldn't put a game so high on a pedestal if it wasn't good. And so I just, like I said, I would just, if you guys love podcasts, if you guys love games, and you love hearing those two things put together, please check out the Co-op Mode podcast. I highly recommend it. I know you won't be disappointed. I will put all their social media links in the description below so you guys can find them on Podbean, on, I believe, iTunes, obviously Spotify, and and they have a Facebook and a Twitter, which I will put down below as well. And if you want to interact with them, please comment on their stuff. They always take requests, especially for like versus mode. There's a recurring person on there who gives them great opinions. They call him Betty White. And so if you have any ideas like, oh, I think this would be cool for them to like talk about, please go on their Facebook, give them a like, go in the little comment section and be like, hey, you guys should do this. And if you like to see, them play, actual games in real time, Trent does have a Twitch that he streams pretty much every single day. It is IBVance, IBEVANCE, on Twitch. Again, that account will also be in the description below. And they also have just recently started. They did the first episode of this, but they did the co-op mode stream, where they got some people from, like, the listeners from this podcast community that they are growing. They got them to come on, play some games. I actually was fortunate enough to get on and play some games with them, and it was really fun. The whole night was really chill. And they said they're going to be doing another one, I think, here soon. They just haven't given a date yet. But, again, if you guys are passionate like me and like them about games and love to talk about them and listen to them, this podcast right here is the podcast to listen to. But I'm going to wrap it up on this one. Again, you will find all their social media links down in the description below. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace, my dudes.